Hello, Jay. So I've jumped into SpeedGrader to take a closer look at your course. And so this is what I click on your submission, and this is what opens up. And because it just doesn't seem to be, let me see. It's more like it looks like it's the template for a different course or a different college, which is fine. You can use other people's templates and or templates that you created yourself from a different college. That's perfectly fine. Um, but it just had so many elements that didn't seem to be accessible or correct. And it is the front page, so it's what you said, but it doesn't seem to quite match that up. So I went into and I could probably look at the page history and it'll show that I looked at the page already. So as I click on the three dots to see the page history, let me see if does it do it in here. Oh, there it is at the bottom. It shows that you last revised this yesterday at noon. Um, yes, at noon. And so I thought, okay, so then this was last revised at noon. So what I decided to do is to go into your pages. So I click on, well, first let me show you the reason I even went searching for other things. So as I click on edit, I'm going to immediately click on the little rocket up here. This is the launcher tool. And so what it does is that it protects your template. And so as I looked at this, I noticed that it shows the design tool elements, but it doesn't show the template, right? When I click on check accessibility here, it immediately popped up with a couple of issues. The heading structure is all H2. That means it's all heading 2. Normally with the heading structures, we see the first one is H2, but then the remaining either H3 or H4. So that is an issue there. The image check shows that you have Bruges here, but it also has the file extension JPEG. When it shows a JPEG, then it's no longer an accessible image. So what we do is we just backspace out of that .jpeg and leave it just Bruges. Next is just super adorable image, but the alt description says image -1.jpg, which is not correct. So I'm guessing this is you as a child. So J, or I can say professor. White photo as a child. All right. And then here for your image, it says uploaded image. Well, that's not a descriptive image, right? So we're going to go ahead and put in here JF Mojica, like that. All right. Then for your links, if we click on the links, it shows that there's an empty link somewhere in here between your email and your how to use an inbox. And so that would take a while to try and figure out where is that empty link? What is it that's linked to nothing? And it's going to be after here. So I don't know if it thinks that it's that space that's an empty link. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let me see, where else could that be? So I'm not sure what it thinks is like an empty link. And it might, sometimes I have to use HTML to figure that one out as well. And then how to use Canvas inboxes. So maybe there's something over here. So I'm not sure where that empty link is. But, and I want to definitely verify that it's not something you want to remove. But if it is an empty link and it doesn't need to be there, you can use a little trash bin to just remove that link. Okay, so I'm just going to collapse this so I can see this better. I'm going to save this just because, I made changes to the alt description of things. So this could be remediated, but you're not using the templates. So I thought, well, let me go and look at view all pages. And so looking at view all pages, I also found what was called the starter homepage. And so this is where I'm like, oh, this looks like it might come from maybe a different college. This looks very similar to the remote learning. And then I notice here the SWCCD. which, you know, SW, I'm even trying to think what that might be. Sacramento. Oh, not even sure what district that is. And then the 619 number. It is fine to use other templates. So that I just want to, I'm going to have to either pause this recording. I think I'm going to pause this recording because the person I was waiting for just came in, but hold tight and I will continue with this train of thought in a couple of hours. Okay. All right. Right. So I have a series of one-on-ones that I'm doing, but in the in between and the breaks, I'm trying to see if I can give you some of this feedback. So what I found was the starter page, which is fine, you know, and it has very similar, you know, please edit here, right? And things like that. Link, put your picture. But what I also found is that I went into pages and I found this page here, I think. Let me see. And I'm like, ah, there it is. This is the template. And I believe this is one that you've edited. So if I go into page history, it's going to be at the bottom. It looks like you really have been editing this page. So this is great. This is the page that we need. And so let me see if I can close this down. Let me see here. I think I can do that. All right. So although this is not the page that you sent as a link, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in and change it so that this page is your home page, not that other one. And the way I do it is I go into the three dots and I'm going to click use as front page. There we go. That means that now when students go into your home page, this is the one they're going to view, not that other one. So I hope that you noticed where I changed that. I changed that. You have to be in the page you want to be the home page. Click on the three dots and then make that your home page. So let me see. So we're in the home here. I'm going to jump into edit just to check the accessibility for this one, this page. And I'm going to click on that little rocket there. There's also the little man over here will also tell you, but I'm going to check the accessibility. It's giving me the head. Now notice that because you're using the templates, the heading have the heading structure, H2, H3, H2, H2, H3. The images, if I click on that city line, now here it says uploaded image. So that that's not what it's supposed to say, right? If memory serves, this was Bruges, right? So we're going to go ahead and put that, and then fabulous, you have your name here on this one. So now that that is accessible, if we check on the links, it looks like, oh, empty link and empty link. So somewhere in here, there are some empty links, and I'm not quite sure which ones those are, where those empty links are. Okay, so later on, you can go ahead and remove these by just clicking on the trash bin. I won't do that because you know what links might be missing that you need. It is very possible that what you have here that's confusing it is that you have some spaces here, and that they might think is a link, part of the link. So I'm not sure. That might be it. So here where you have your email, we're going to click once, click on link options, and instead of showing the email address, we're just going to put in here, let me see, what are we going to do? TCSF email for okay, like that. So now that is the hypertext that they see and not the bare email address. So let me see here. Here, notice this also, the Vitruvian Man, the accessibility checker is telling us probably that that is not right. It's telling us that the headings is too long. So this one, somewhere here you have a heading that is too long. And I'm wondering if it's this. So this right here shows that it's heading 2, but really it should be a paragraph. So we're going to tag that and change that to a paragraph and then hit apply. Okay, you got balloons there. So there, now this is a paragraph. Even if you have it at a 14 point instead of a 12 point, that's fine. You know, I'm half going blind myself. So the contrast here between the yellow and the red might not be the best contrast. So one of the things that you could do is maybe highlight this and make this a lighter colored yellow, maybe. So it's still yellow. And then this red, normally we don't put things in red just because of the color blindness, the red-green color blindness. But maybe you can find a darker red for this. Okay, so someone's already at my meeting. I'm just going to save what we have here so far, and I'm going to stop the recording and see if I can wrap up this recording for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and go in here, and I'm going to pause that recording. All right, so apologies for doing this in steps like this. So this is the page now, the new front page, this one, that I'm going to give you feedback on. All right. It won't be on that other link. You don't have to worry because it's already here. We have that design tools that you should click on. So let me see, another thing I noticed here is that, pardon me, you have that sort of yellow here. Let me see if I can go into the maybe because of my style, as I can do colors, banner themes, elements. All right, so this yellow here, that's a little bit too dark in terms of the contrast with the color. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to make that a little bit lighter maybe, and see if this one maybe is that same yellow, light yellow. My other things that you can do is that maybe it's because it's on, that might not affect that. But there you have that black on black. But I really would like for you to consider making this, instead of red, making it black, or maybe another color. And then here, let me see. So I couldn't find that broken link. There's a broken link somewhere in here, and I'm not really sure where that might be. Let me see. So I'm not sure where that is, but everything else seems to be great here. The instructional site here, you'll notice that it asks you to grab your instructional site and to highlight this and then include that here. Now, it's not an assignment that we check right away, but this right here should be linked to that instructional site. And let me see, and then you will remove this pink, you just remove this whole thing. That is a banner image that has been sent to you as a reminder to go ahead and do that. So let's see here. Let's change that. So it's that yellow and this yellow. There we go. All right. What other thing? Okay, so your instructional site, you will find it in your dashboard, and it will have your name. It will say something like first name, last name, instructional site. And that's the one that you're going to edit and then highlight and place here. And I can show you, say, what it looks like, because later on in the modules, we have one that we share with folks as an example. So here, homepage, yours will say something very, so, no, what did I do? It's at the page there. Let me see. So it comes up in module 15, that assignment, but they do have an example of the instructional site or instructor site. It kind of looks like this. And like Jen put in a video and an image. And then here, what you would do is in courses, you would, in this module that's going to be blank for you, you would just include a page with the courses you teach. And you could also include other things. You can include internship opportunities if you want, scholarship information, maybe job opportunities, whatever resources that you find, you can go ahead and include in here. If you have something that you do in your personal life that you feel is interesting to your students, you could also include that there. Okay, so I'm going to stop share here. I hope that this video helps you so that you can see how I walk through to curate some of the things and the little bit of things that still are needed. I'm going to save this to YouTube, and I'm going to send you the link. So you're not going to get a lot of written feedback, but you will get some, and then the video, and I'll also go through the rubric. I hope you're having a wonderful time with your family and your nieces. So enjoy and take care. Bye.